Hi, I'm Alice, and I am a slut, but just for plants. Today I'm hoping to show you how I repot in terracotta without damaging any roots, or that's what I'm hoping to show you. Hopefully I do show you not damaging roots, because terracotta is so porous. Roots get attached to it really easily. So your first step is soaking the plant. I've had this soaking for 2 days, kind of by accident, but really 1 day would be good, or just a few hours, as long as you do it. If you don't do it at all, the roots will stay attached, but if they've been soaked in water, they'll be full, and nice and juicy from the water, and they'll be less attached to the terracotta. So this is my Philodendron Silver Sword, and I also want to talk a little bit about why you should repot. So there is this sort of general rule that the plant should be no more than 3/4 of the pot. So if your pot is 1/3, no, what am I fucking saying? Quarters. Okay, so if your pot is 1/4, you should have 1, 2, 3. This is a really general rule, and of course there are lots of plants which have really small root systems. For example, cane begonias and begonias in general, they tend to have a really small root system, so a tiny pot is great for them because they also like a quick wet dry cycle. Arrows also tend to like a quick wet dry cycle. There are obviously some that prefer to be damp pretty much constantly. But yeah, so that's just a general rule. And there's also, so this guy, he has, you can't really see it at the moment because he's been soaking for so long, but between waterings, the leaves will be like this, and that's how you know to water. But the thing is that I like to water once a week, and I know it's you should water when your plants need it, but I do water when my plants need it because I have arranged, a pot size or a media which dries within a week, so that they need water within a week. This guy has been sulking really quickly after I water, so the last time I watered, the leaves didn't even fully become flat again, and so it barely got enough water even though I watered thoroughly. So yeah, that's maybe another sign that you should repot. That could also be root rot, but I mean, you should probably have a look in your pot if your plant is not hydrating properly between waterings. So we will have a look. And then another thing with a lot of plants, this guy definitely, is that leaves should be getting bigger as it grows. So you can see when I got him, he had these tiny leaves and this broken one, and I think this was the first one in my care. And you can see this is quite a large leaf, and this one got smaller. So that was a sign to me. Also, it had some twisted growth, but that it wanted to be on a pole. So I put it on a pole, and leaves got bigger. That one's probably slightly smaller. They got bigger and bigger and bigger until this latest leaf, which, I mean, it's wider certainly than this one, but it's not as long. And this one I don't think is going to get as long either. So that's another sign that your plant is struggling if the leaves are growing and getting smaller and you're doing everything else right. Well, that I can think of. So yeah, we'll just take them out of the pot and have a squeeze. Got a pot which is really probably perfectly the next size up. You don't want to go too large because then it will be too moist. I mean, this, I could go probably another size up, but this is what I've got. And we'll see how he does. So I'll take the moss off because I am low on sphagnum. Okay, so it just slid off and that is a price tag. He actually, he's not super root bound. Plenty of roots in there. Yeah, maybe he has had some root rot because he definitely hasn't been hydrating that well. Feel pretty dense in the center though. So this is mostly cocoa coir, or like, I don't know, cocoa bark, you know, like the chunks. It is pretty dense in the center and over this side. Just a mass of roots over here. Try and tease that out a little bit, and I'm also worried that this media will break down between this repotting and the next repotting. You can see it's starting to get flaky, I guess. It doesn't smell. Yeah, there's quite a lot of nice roots in there. I just want to get to the center because this is a very, like, one of my first few plants. So I don't know if I would have checked for a plug. I mean, it's grown out of the plug anyway, but that'll be the oldest part of the media. So if it's left in there, it will degrade first. I think we're good. So I will just leave it and repot it. So I'll try and get mostly new stuff, and I have a, yes, decent bark. That might be too much. And the last thing I'm going to do is just give it a bit of water, just to help settle the media a little bit. He obviously doesn't need hydrating, but you could be watering with a seaweed extract, because that is supposed to help with transplant shock. You can see this guy needs a moss pole extension, but I don't have much sphagnum at the moment, so I guess I'll do that in a separate video. You can see, where was it? That root back there has grown off the moss pole and I was trying to attach to this, which is fine with me. I don't water this moss pole at all. It's just like having something to lean on, and the texture is nice for the roots. Thanks for watching. I hope that this was helpful. I don't know that it really was, but yeah, enjoy your day. Goodbye.